How do you change the rules of a 26-year friendship without setting it on fire? Let me be clear about something. I am not a man who is easily moved. I have sat across from men who could buy small countries, and I have not blinked. I have lost $90 million in an hour, and I drank my coffee black. Composure is a currency I have never been short on. None of that is my doing. I was born into it. The money, the name, the expectations, they were handed to me before I could tie my shoes. I simply didn't ruin it. Yet. Until Maya. Maya Chen has been my undoing since the 3rd grade. She doesn't know this, of course. To her, I am Alex, the boy with the crooked smile and the quiet apartment, the safe harbor, the human equivalent of a favorite hoodie. And because she sees me as safe, she treats me like one of her girlfriends. It started innocently. A hug hello, a hug goodbye. Then came the cheek pecks, a casual moi on the way to the kitchen. Then the names, darling, sweetheart, my love. She says them the way you'd address a golden retriever. Darling, can you reach the top shelf? Sweetheart, you're brooding again. My love, did you see what Sarah posted? Each word is a small, exquisite torture. Yesterday was the breaking point. We were at her apartment reviewing blueprints for a community center she's designing. She was excited, gesturing wildly with a pencil. I was trying to focus on the load-bearing walls, but I was instead fixated on the smudge of graphite on her cheek. She caught me staring, and instead of being unnerved, she just grinned. You have your broody face on, my love. Then she leaned over, pressed a firm, warm, lipstickless kiss to my cheek, and ruffled my hair. Ruffled my hair. I am a billionaire. I have a board of directors. And I sat there, frozen, as she walked away to get more coffee, humming a pop song. That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling of my penthouse, which has floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the entire city, and I felt poor, impoverished, because I have everything except the one thing I actually want. She has to see me as a man, not a brother, not a girlfriend, a man. But how do you change the rules of a 26-year friendship without setting it on fire?
I am a strategist, so I made a plan. Phase 1, the withdrawal. I stopped showing up to her Tuesday night pasta dinners. I let her calls go to voicemail. I replied to her texts, "You okay, sweetheart?" with 2 words, busy, fine. It lasted 4 days. On the 5th day, she showed up at my office, walked right past my security, past my executive assistant, burst through my glass doors, and planted her hands on my desk. "Alexander Vance," she said, using my full name, which she only does when she's angry. "You have been ignoring me. Are you sick? Is it your father? Is it work?" She was wearing a yellow sundress. Her hair was in a messy bun. She looked like a sunflower that had stormed a fortress. "It's nothing," I said. She came around the desk, grabbed my face in her hands, and pressed her forehead to mine, a gesture so intimate, so innocent, it made my chest ache. "My love," she whispered, "talk to me." I almost broke. I almost said, "I can't do this anymore. I am in love with you. I have been in love with you since the 3rd grade. Instead, I said, "I'm tired." She pulled back, studied my face, and then, damn her, gave me a soft peck on the lips. Not a romantic kiss, a there kiss, the kind you give a sad puppy. "Okay," she said, "I'm ordering pizza, we're watching a movie, you're sleeping on my couch." And just like that, phase 1 failed. So I tried phase 2, proximity with purpose. I started inviting her to my world, not the casual coffee shops and her cozy apartment. The gala, the charity auction, the exclusive dinner where I wear a suit that costs more than a car. She wasn't surprised. She's seen this version of me 100 times. The galas, the boardrooms, the cold, polished version I become when I walk into a room full of my parents' people. She's been attending these things with me since we were teenagers. She knows exactly who I am in that world. But I needed her to see it differently this time, to notice the gap between that version of me and the one who falls asleep on her couch. The first time she saw me that night, surrounded by men in ties, women in diamonds, all of them angling for my attention, she didn't stop mid-stride, she didn't laugh nervously, she just walked up to me, stole a champagne flute off a passing tray, and said, "You're doing the face." "What face?" "The one where you look like you'd rather be having a root canal." I almost smiled. "I'm working." "You're brooding in a tuxedo. There's a difference." She wore a red dress that night. I bought it for her, told her it was a gift. She thought it was friendly. I thought it was a declaration. At the auction, she leaned close to bid on something. Her hand brushed mine. She didn't pull away, but she also didn't lean in. "You're different tonight," she murmured. "I'm not," I lied. "You're just looking." She looked at me then, really looked. For a full 3 seconds, her gaze dropped to my mouth. Then she blinked, shook her head, and said, "You need to eat something, darling. You're getting philosophical." Darling. I wanted to scream. They say honesty is the best policy. By now, I have come to the end of myself. So honesty it is. Her apartment. A Tuesday night. Maya is at the stove. Pasta. Same as always. But she's quieter tonight. More aware of me. I'm leaning against the counter, watching her, not hiding it anymore. "You're staring again," she says without turning around. I know. She looks over her shoulder, surprised by my honesty. "Alex, darling," she says, trying to put me back in the box. I don't flinch, don't look away. Instead, I step closer. 1 step, 2. "Baby," I say. Her hand freezes on the spoon. The word hangs in the air, low, serious, my eyes locked on hers. "What did you call me?" she asks. "Baby," I say it again, slower this time, like I'm tasting it. "You call me darling, sweetheart, my love. I thought I'd return the favor." She swallows. "That's different." "Is it?" She opens her mouth, closes it, looks back at the stove. "It's just pasta," she says, but her voice is thinner than before. I don't push, but I don't retreat either.
That same night, I am alone in my bathroom. I'm staring at myself in the mirror. My hand touches my lips. "Baby," I whisper. I say it again, louder this time. "Baby." I close my eyes, lean on the sink. Why did that feel different? He's called me 1,000 things, but not that. Never that. I look at myself again. "You're in trouble," I say to my reflection. My reflection doesn't argue.
We were sitting in the living room. The next night. Same couch, same movie, same blanket. But Maya is sitting closer than usual. She doesn't realize it. I notice everything. She's scrolling through her phone. I'm watching her. "You're doing it again," she says. "Doing what?" "Looking at me like I'm a math problem you can't solve." "Maybe you are." She looks up. Our eyes meet. "Maya, What? Give me your hand. She hesitates. Then slowly she places her hand in mine. I hold it. Not tight. Gentle. My thumb starts drawing small circles on the back of her hand. Slow. Deliberate. She stares at our hands. Her breathing changes. Alex? Yeah. What are you doing? Nothing. Just holding your hand. You've held my hand before. Not like this. She doesn't argue. Because I'm right. I've never held her hand like this. Like she's something precious.
Later that night, she was doing the dishes. I come up behind her in the kitchen, not touching, but close. Close enough that she can feel me standing behind her. She tenses. Alex. Yeah? You're standing very close to me. I know. She keeps washing the same plate, not moving, not turning around. I lean in, hovering near her neck, not kissing, just present. I breathe out slow, warm, right against her skin. She stops breathing entirely. Her hands grip the edge of the sink. Alex, baby. She shivers. I feel it. You're doing this on purpose, she whispers. I've been doing this for 26 years, I say, my voice low against her ear. You're just finally noticing. She turns off the water, doesn't turn around. You need to step back, she says. Then turn around, slowly, looked more in the eye, and playfully pushed me aside. 1 week later, my friend Marco, married, wise, tired of my pining, gave me advice. Change your cologne, Marco said. Something I will recommend, something she'll notice. Trust me. I changed it. Maya walks into my penthouse, same as always, lets herself in, flops on my couch, but then she stops, sniffs the air. She looks at me, really looks. You smell different, she says. I'm at the kitchen island, coffee in hand. I don't look up. How different? She stands up, walks toward me, slowly, like she's being pulled. I don't know. She stops a few feet away. Different. I set down my coffee, turn to face her. Tell me, I say. My voice is quiet, intentional. She steps closer, sniffs again. Her eyes flutter closed for just a second. Then she opens them, looks at me, and before she can stop herself, the words fall out. Like something I want to eat. The air leaves the room. I stare at her. She stares back. Her hand flies to her mouth. I didn't mean, she starts. Yes, you did. Alex, I step toward her, slow, gentle, intentional. Maya. She doesn't move, doesn't run. You want to eat me, I say. My voice is low, almost a whisper. So eat. I don't mind being eaten by you. She makes a sound, small, broken, a whimper she didn't mean to make. Her hands reach for me. Stop. Reach again. Alex, she breathes. Baby. She closes her eyes. When she opens them, they're dark, different. You're not playing fair, she whispers. I'm not playing at all.
2 days later, it's raining. She's had a fight with her mother. She shows up at my door at midnight, eyes red, mascara smudged. I didn't say a word. I just opened my arms. She collapsed into them, buried her face in my chest, and for the first time in our entire lives, she didn't give me a peck or a friendly hug. She held me, like I was the anchor. I don't know what I'd do without you, she whispered into my shirt. I pulled back, cupped her face, wiped a tear with my thumb. Maya, I said. My voice was low, rough, not the voice of her girlfriend, the voice of a man who has waited 26 years. She felt the difference. I saw it in the way her breath caught, the way her eyes widened. "Alex," she said, and my name sounded different on her lips, less familiar, more like a question. I didn't answer with words, not yet. I took her hands, led her to the couch, sat her down, then I knelt in front of her. Kneeling, a billionaire on his knees. She stared at me. "What are you doing?" "I'm about to tell you something I should have told you 26 years ago." Her lip trembled. "Alex, let me finish." I held her hands, tight. "I need to say this, and I need you to just listen. Can you do that?" She nodded, tears still on her cheeks. I took a breath. "Maya Chen, you are the first thought I have in the morning. Not work, not money, not my family's name. You. The way you steal my fries, the way you hum off-key when you cook, the way you wrinkle your nose when you're about to argue with me." She was crying now, silent tears. "I have watched you fall in love with other men. I have held your hand when they broke your heart. I have pretended not to notice when you called me darling and meant brother. And I have died every single time. A little death. Every time you touched me like I was safe and not yours." I reached up, touched her face. "I don't want to be safe anymore. I don't want to be your darling or your sweetheart or my love if those words don't mean what they mean to me." She covered my hand with hers, held it against her cheek. "Alex," she whispered. "I love you," I said. "Not as a friend, not as a brother. I love you like the ocean loves the shore, relentlessly, constantly. Even when I'm pulled back, I always return. I always will." I leaned in, my forehead against hers. "I love you, Maya. I have loved you since you sat down at my table in the 3rd grade and told me I had dinosaur eyes, and I will love you until I have no breath left to say it." I pulled back, looked at her. She was crying now, full tears now, but she wasn't running. "Say something," I whispered. "Please." She opened her mouth, closed it. Then she did something I didn't expect. She stood up, walked to the window, stood with her back to me. The rain was still falling. The city hummed below. I stayed on my knees, waiting. A minute passed, 2. Then she turned around. Her face was wet, her eyes were red, but she wasn't sad. She looked stunned, like she'd been struck by lightning and was still feeling the voltage. "Alex," she said. "Yeah. I can't." She stopped, took a breath. "I can't answer that right now." My heart cracked, but I nodded. "Okay." "Not because I don't." She pressed her hands to her face. You don't have to explain." "But I want to." She dropped her hands, looked at me on my knees. "I've known you my whole life, and I never let myself think about you like that, because you were safe. You were mine in a way that didn't scare me." She walked back towards me, stopped in front of me. "But you're not safe anymore," she said. "You just said everything I didn't know I needed to hear, and now I'm terrified." "Of what?" "Of ruining this, of ruining us." She touched my hair, soft. "You're my person, Alex. You've always been my person, and if I say yes and we fail, we won't fail. You don't know that. I know us." I took her hand, kissed her palm. "We've survived 26 years. Boyfriends, girlfriends, long distance, my family, your mother. We've survived everything. This is just more, not different, more." She stared at me. Then she pulled her hand away, stepped back. "I need to think. I need to breathe. I can't be here right now." She walked towards the door. I stayed on my knees. "Maya." She paused, didn't turn around. "Please," I said. My voice broke. "Just please." She turned then, just her profile, the rain light behind her. "Get up, Alex,"
she said softly. I stood, slowly. My legs were shaking. She still didn't look at me. I walked towards her, stopped behind her. Then I wrapped my arms around her, from behind, tight, my face buried in her hair. "Maya, please," I whispered. "Please don't." She didn't move, didn't push me away, didn't turn around. She just stood there, letting me hold her. I held her for a long moment, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a lifetime. Then I felt her hand cover mine, squeeze once, and then she pulled away. Not harsh, not fast, just gently. She loosened my fingers one by one until I had no choice but to let go. She walked to the door, opened it, paused, looked back at me, just for a second. "I'll call you," she said. Then she was gone. The door closed. The rain kept falling. I stood there, alone, my arms still outstretched, holding nothing.
That same night, I'm sitting on my floor, back against the bed. The cat is in my lap. I'm not crying anymore. I'm just sitting. He said everything. Everything I didn't know I needed to hear. Everything I was afraid to want. I look at my phone. His name is on the screen. I type, "I can't sleep." Delete it. Type, "I'm scared." Delete it. Type, "I love you too." Stare at it. Delete it. I put the phone down, pick up the cat. "What do I do?" I ask the cat. The cat purrs. "That's not helpful," I say.
3 days later, 8 p.m. No call, no text, nothing for 3 days. I show up at her door. I look terrible. I haven't slept. She opens it. She's in her avocado socks. Her hair is a mess. She's been crying too. "Maya, Alex, 3 days. I know. You said you needed to think." I did. And? She stares at me. Then she grabs my shirt, pulls me inside, pushes me against the door. "You idiot," she says. "Excuse me? You made me fall in love with you in one speech. One! 26 years of friendship and you destroy me in 5 minutes. Is that a bet? It could be. But I love you," I say. "I love you too. I've probably loved you since 3rd grade. I just didn't know it was that kind of love." "What kind did you think it was?" "The kind that lasts forever." She touches my face. "Turns out I was right. It is forever. I just had the label wrong." I smile. Real. Full. "Can I call you baby now?" I ask. She laughs. "You can call me whatever you want." "Baby. Darling." I hugged her tightly, and she hugged me back. From that time on, I became Alex Maya's lover. I became her man. And somewhere in the distance, the rain stops.
1 month into the relationship, Maya comes home to find a package outside her door. Then another. Then another. She opens the first, matching mugs. His says billionaire, hers says billionaire's person. She stares at them. Alex. She opens the second, matching t-shirts. His says I'm with her, hers says I'm with him. She laughs despite herself. She opens the third, matching keychains. One says Alex's car, one says Maya's car. She frowns. We don't have matching cars. Her phone buzzes. Look outside. She walks to the window. In her parking spot, a spot she definitely does not own, is a brand new car. Same model as his, different color, a bow on top. Maya stares. Her phone buzzes again. Do you like it? She calls him. Alexander Vance. Did you buy me a car? Yes. Without asking me? Yes. I already have a car. I know. Then you know I don't need a new car. You don't need one. I wanted to give you one. She pinches the bridge of her nose. You cannot buy me a car. I already bought it. Return it. No. Alex. Baby. She hates that he calls her that. She loves that he calls her that. I'm serious, she says. This is too much. There's a pause. Then, is it? Yes. We've been together for a month. You've bought me mugs, t-shirts, keychains, and a car. What's next? Matching houses? Matching vacation homes? Alex. I'm kidding. Mostly. She sits down on her floor. The cat walks over, judging her. You're a lot, she says. I know. You're a lot, and you don't know how to date normally because you've never had to. That's fair. But I don't need the stuff, Alex. I need you, the one who burns pasta and sleeps on my couch and lets me steal his fries. He's quiet for a moment. You don't want the car? I want you to return the car. What if I keep the car and you just pretend it's not there? Alex. Fine, he sighs. I'll return the car. Thank you, but I'm keeping the mugs. She smiles. Fine, keep the mugs. And the t-shirts. Fine. And the keychains. Alex. They're keychains, Maya. She laughs, shakes her head. You're impossible. You're still here. I'm always here. But if you buy me another car, I'm donating it to charity. You wouldn't. Try me, rich boy. He laughs, low, warm. I love you, he says. I love you too, even when you're ridiculous. Especially when I'm ridiculous. Don't push it. He laughs again. She hangs up, looks at the car outside her window. It's beautiful. She's never had anything beautiful. She texts him, keep the car, but you're sleeping on the couch for a week. He replies instantly, worth it. She smiles, puts her phone down, picks up the cat. He's a lot, she tells the cat. The cat purrs. Yeah, I know. I love him anyway. The next day, we are in her apartment. Maya walks in, holding the billionaire's person mug, full of coffee. You kept the mug, I say. I like the mug. You like me. I tolerate you. I grin. She sits down next to me, not in my lap, next to me, because she's in trouble, allegedly. I thought about it, she says. About what? The car. I tense. You're returning it. No, she sips her coffee. I'm keeping it. I stare at her. Really? Really? But you have to promise me something. Anything. She turns to face me, serious now. Stop buying me things to prove you love me. You already proved it, on your knees, in the rain, with the speech about the ocean and the shore. I remember. That was a good speech. It was a great speech. She touches my face. I don't need mugs. I don't need cars. I need you to keep showing up on Tuesdays for pasta, even when I burn it. I like when you burn it. Liar. I like anything you make. She gave me a peck on the cheek. She laughs, pulls back, sips her coffee. That's mine, I say. It's ours now. We share everything. I smile, real, full. I like the sound of that. She grins. Me too, darling. Darling. I don't flinch anymore.
A week later, we are on the couch. I pulled her to my lap. The movie is on. I don't care about the movie. She pulls back, looks at me, touches my face. Alex? Yeah? I'm still scared. I stop, look at her, really look. Of what? Of ruining this. Of waking up one day and realizing we broke the best thing we ever had. I take her hands, hold them tight. Maya, listen to me. We're not going to ruin this, because this isn't new. This is just more. We've been loving each other our whole lives. We just called it something different. She searches my face. You really believe that? I know it. I kiss her forehead. We don't fail. We just figure it out. Together. She's quiet for a moment. Then she smiles. Small. Real. Together, she repeats. Together. She snuggles into my chest. The cat jumps up, settles on both of us.
We're cooking dinner together. She's teaching me, I'm burning things. It's our new normal. My phone rings. I look at the screen. It's my mother, I say. Answer it. I put it on speaker. Mother? Alexander. Is she there? Maya raises an eyebrow. Hi. Maya. Good. I have something to tell you both. Maya and I exchange a look. Remember the gala, when I called Maya and told her she didn't belong in our world? Maya's hand freezes on the spoon. I remember. I did that on purpose. I stare at the phone. You what? I was tired, my mother says. Tired of watching you two dance around each other for 26 years. Tired of you looking at her like a lost puppy while she called you darling and patted your head. Someone had to light a fire. Maya's mouth falls open. You called me a gold digger, Maya says. I called you brave to his face. There's a difference. She pauses. I knew you'd tell him. I knew it would push him, and I was right. I run a hand through my hair. You manipulated us. I accelerated you. Mother's voice was calm. You were both terrified. You were both waiting. I just removed the waiting. Maya stares at the phone. Then she starts laughing. That's insane, Maya says. Thank you. That wasn't a compliment. I'll take it anyway. I like you, Maya. I have always liked you. I just needed my son to stop being a coward and do something about it. I open my mouth. Close it. Mother, you're welcome. Now put me on video. I want to see her face. Maya grabs the phone, turns on the camera, stares into it. You're evil, Maya says. I'm effective. Mother's face is almost smiling. You're welcome, by the way. You'd both be single and miserable without me. Maya looks at me. I look at Maya. Then we both start laughing. Maya stares at the phone, then at me. Your mother is terrifying, she says. I know. I think I love her. I know. I pull her close. Welcome to the family. She punches my chest, light. I haven't said yes to marriage yet. You will. So sure? I kiss her forehead. My mother already ordered the dumplings. Maya laughs, shakes her head. You Vances are impossible. You're about to be one. She looks at me, long and soft. Maybe, she says. Ask me again in a year. I'll ask you again tomorrow. You're relentless. You're still here. I'm always here.
3 months later, family dinner. Maya is nervous. I hold her hand under the table. Mother sits across from us. Same ice queen demeanor, same perfect posture. But then she does something unexpected. She passes the dumplings to Maya. Your mother's recipe. Maya blinks. How did you know? I called her. We had lunch. I choke on my water. You what? She looks at me, unimpressed. I wanted to meet the woman who raised the girl who stole my son's heart. Is that a problem? You had lunch with my mother? Maya says slowly. Yes. And you survived? Barely. She's very direct. Maya laughs. Real. Surprised. Yeah, she gets that from me. I noticed. I look between them, my mother, my Maya, passing dumplings. What's happening right now? I ask. Maya pats my hand. Your mother is being nice. Don't ruin it. Eleanor sips her wine. I'm not being nice. I'm being strategic. If I want grandchildren, I need to be on the mother's good side. Maya chokes. I turn red. Mother! The dumplings are excellent, by the way. Mother takes another bite. Ask your mother for the recipe, Maya. I'll have the chef make them at the wedding. The wedding? No one has said those words out loud yet. Maya looks at me. I look at Maya. My mother smiles, small, satisfied. And for the first time in 26 years, I think my mother might actually be on my side.
She still calls me darling sometimes. But now when she says it, her voice drops an octave. And she only says it when we're alone. My mother calls her daughter now. Maya still hasn't decided how she feels about that. She kept the car. She drives it every day. She still won't admit she loves it. The mugs are in her cabinet. The t-shirts are in her drawer.
The keychains are on our keys. Our keys. I like saying that. We're still us. We're just more. My mother still calls. Maya's father taught me how to change a tire last weekend. I didn't know how. He laughed for 10 minutes. I burned pancakes again this morning. She ate them anyway. Some things don't change. The things that matter, they finally started.